For over 15 years, PARO Centre for Women's Enterprise has been a women-centred, grassroots organization that works with women across Northern Ontario to start and grow small businesses, find jobs, and build their networks.
Having the sort of the image or the vision of how I wanted to see pharmacy practiced. And then I had always worked with key people, really great people that I knew thought like myself. So I knew if I surrounded myself with those people, we could come up with a core group of people that would look in the same direction to develop ourselves and our business. And that's what I did. We have about 60 of us working together in the business between our two locations. We also felt that preventative health was huge, so we had always wanted to also offer services that included not only things that once you were sick, medications and things, but also to help you maintain a healthy lifestyle. And so we really got into vitamin supplements and just different things that are to maintain wellness rather than treat illness. And I think the other thing is make sure it's something you love doing, because being an entrepreneur is hard work, lots of hours, but it doesn't feel like it if you love it. So make sure it's something you love to do. And I think PARO can help in all those aspects. Identifying your strengths and weaknesses, in needs in proceeding forward with establishing a business. But I think it's such a rewarding area, and I think more and more people, with the support of people like PARO, would venture into it knowing that they've got someone there for them.
Superior Outdoors started, I guess, because my husband and I had lived away from Thunder Bay for several years, and in coming back, maybe we're reacquainted with the area and remembering like really how beautiful it is here. And then picking up outdoor magazines, like I'd pick up Outside magazine or another outdoor magazine, and it would have the best 15 best kayaking routes in North America, and there would be nothing in Lake Superior. And we felt like this area there's a lot going on, there's a lot of stories to share, and nobody's really covering it. So Superior Outdoors was I guess born out of that, and we started Superior Outdoors in 2007. And the walleye is a kind of similar genesis. There's a lot going on in Thunder Bay. It's got such a rich arts community and such an interesting cultural fabric, but there's not really an arts and culture magazine here that brings it all together and puts that in front of people and tells those stories on a monthly basis. The first idea, or the important thing, is that you have to be passionate and you have to believe in your idea more than anyone else, because there will be people out there who will shoot it down and not really encourage you. So you need to be the person to find that motivation within yourself to be able to persevere. But also I think there's well-established business networks out there, and PARO is a good example where they exist to provide support to female entrepreneurs. They've already formed those networks, so it's just a matter of being introduced to it. So working with the staff at PARO and through the businesswomen who are involved in that organization is a great way to be introduced, rather than having to stumble through the ins and outs of starting a new business on your own.
Nothing makes an enterprising woman enterprising like being a single parent. You look at things differently. You know that if something needs to be done, needs to get done, it all comes back down to you. I've been in business since 2002, and I can tell you there's been many ups and downs in business, many times where I've questioned if I was doing the right thing or if I should go back and get a real job. Definitely I've been involved in the economic downturns in Thunder Bay, Timmins, and Sudbury, and getting through that was quite an ordeal. I had a large staff, and we had to get through that. And so, lots of different business models come out of it, and definitely I keep a small staff now of employees, and I work with a lot of subcontractors. PARO has been a big influence in the beginning of my business, definitely around 2002 when I started and joined PARO. There was many opportunities to network with other women and learn from them. And most importantly, Maggie Milne was part of PARO at that time, and she was a coach, and she was a great mentor. And a mentor is somebody who pushes you to limits that you don't think you're capable of, and Maggie Milne was that person. She saw potential, she saw focus, she saw skills, she saw passion in me that I didn't really see in myself, and she really instilled a lot of my business focus in me, and I'm ever grateful for what she has done to help me. And PARO also had this great philosophy. They said, find a mentor in the community of someone who you'd like to be like. And that was Bruno Niederer. And so I approached him and asked him if he'd be my mentor and meet with me monthly and tell me about business things that I needed to know about. So I'm very grateful for PARO for instilling all of those things, giving me the opportunity to network, to go to events, to access coaches, and to even think about it and finding a mentor to make me learn more and help me grow. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity and this recognition, and I want to thank PARO for this especially.
2.5 years ago, I moved home from Toronto. So down there I was exposed to big industry, big ideas, and a multitude of cultures. I came back, and I'm a published author and motivational speaker in my own right. So that's where I met PARO, and they helped me start my own business. And through the consulting work I do through my company, I met my business partner, which led to finding Hillcrest. So I consider myself a capacity builder, whether I'm working with someone personally so they can realize their own capacity, or I'm working with a nonprofit to help them grow their business. So Hillcrest is just an extension of that. The center of change is building the capacity of the city, and that's what I do. One of the things I realized and learned while I was here at PARO and going through my initial training stages was that when you're in business by yourself, you feel like you're by yourself. And to anyone that's in business, to build those networks is essential to your success, right? So I keep really close ties with PARO. Roz is totally supportive of the Center of Change, and we talk often. PARO was part of the idea for the Center of Change because I saw how the women here work together. I saw that the women here understood transferable skills, that if you can manage your family budget, you can manage a business budget, and that you could grow your business. And I just took that and expanded on it for the Center of Change. So first off, you believe in your business. Then to any First Nations woman who doesn't think she'd be comfortable at PARO, walk through the doors. Literally, take the chance and walk through the doors. The first thing I realized when I walked in here was that PARO encourages circles. They actually encourage the women to work together in circles. They teach us to remember that we're holistic people. They never want you to abandon your children or not care about your husband's needs, or make sure that you care about your own personal needs as well as being a successful entrepreneur. I couldn't believe how in tune with my Ojibwe teachings PARO was, considering they're a mainstream agency. And that's why I love it here, and that's why I encourage anyone to come here, because they do understand. And if they don't understand, they ask in a respectful way, and they actually listen to our teachings. So it's a pretty amazing place to be.
We've been vegetarian for almost 17, 18 years, and we believe we're very passionate about it. And that was one of the main reasons we wanted to start the business, because we thought that other people would also want access to vegetarian, vegan items, specialty items, and that's a big part of why we started the business. The second component for starting the business was really our belief in local foods. And we believe really strongly in that. We think that a community that is able to offer a really well-developed, stable food system for the production, the delivery, and the distribution is incredibly important. Makes your community safer, And I think you don't know always what's coming down the road. I think that PARO is a really important part of the connections that exist in a community to help build a stronger community. You have connections with other businesses, other women, other people, other resources. And the more you're aware of everything, the stronger all those connections are.
As a certified financial planner, 30% of my clientele speak French. Developing this clientele has been relatively easy, as I am one of the few bilingual planners in Thunder Bay. A major challenge has been recruiting and hiring qualified bilingual staff. To help overcome this shortfall, I have found excellent bilingual individuals by networking. I believe in focusing my practice on helping my clients realize their financial goals, mentoring other women, and giving back to my community. I have always admired PARO in helping enterprising women like me reach our goals and dreams.
She says it's very important that we know our own selves, which is our native ways, our traditional ways, how things were done a long time ago. It's important that we carry on those skills. She's saying that we should work together, share knowledge, and that we use the land more effectively as to preserve ourselves.
Overall, I think when I talked to the students, I had a sense of that they really appreciated being here. And when I talked to the kids here, they had this appreciation for the land and how things were done.
I enjoy being out on the land because I passed on some of my information from my grandparents and dad to other people.
I enjoy going out into the land for fishing and chopping wood, and it was fun and I had a good experience here.
But there came a time when there was something inside of me that said, I have more. And that more wasn't happening in my professional capacity. And I would write, what am I? Who am I? I'm a writer, I'm a sculptor, I'm a painter, I just wanted to be out there and I wanted to be close to the community. And so I just walked away from that financial security of a really, very established career that I had set for myself. And so I had to, the biggest challenge was just that financial transition of surviving. I had small children, I had a house to run, but I managed, and it worked. And so over the years, the challenge of living in off reserve for an Aboriginal woman is access to funding and capital. My experience with PARO is that it's an organization that does not send any messages to anyone that says, well, you can't be here. A lot of times when Aboriginal people think of business, they think, downtown Main Street or suits and ties, or it's kind of an intimidating idea. But once women get in the doors of PARO, it doesn't matter what nationality they are, they know that they're with women. But PARO takes the time to give the awards and to say, you've done well, and we recognize it, we honor you, and please come to our press conferences, please come to our dinners, and bring your art. So I appreciate that, and I think that's what they do remarkably well for many women, not just Aboriginal women.
Being named an enterprising woman means recognition for all my hard work in business and in my community. From opening my business 7 years ago and keeping it running through the toughest economic downturn in my generation to my involvement with the Marathon Chamber of Commerce. Being recognized in a larger center like Thunder Bay makes me even prouder of myself. As a young entrepreneur, some of the challenges have been dealing with the Marathon pulp mill closing and the layoffs at the mines. Another big challenge was finding out specific business information, such as a good solution to deal with online inventory as well as store inventory. Funding was a big issue as well. Banks are hesitant to lend money to young people, and FedNor is a lender of last resort. PARO has supplied me with an amazing bunch of knowledgeable women. My inventory issue was solved with PARO's help, and also provincial taxation was a part of that. I have been given great opportunity to network through PARO from Facebook to word of mouth, not only on a business level, but on a personal level as well.
And so I sort of semi-retired, and then I got called up to Kenora to work because someone needed a hygienist, so I did that for 2 years, and then the health unit up and dried and asked if I would do it, and so I did that. And that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because preventive care, oral care in public is totally different. You see a different aspect of people that don't access dental offices. So, and you go to the schools, you go to First Nation communities, so you go to the people. And there's a big need for that. So then when I got back and I wasn't doing that anymore, and I went in to update my resume, and all of a sudden they said, they had a little pamphlet there, well, if you could be self-employed, da-da-da-da. I said, I can do that. I can open my own business. And that's what started the ball rolling. You can have one-stop shopping at my place, because then you don't have to see anyone for any reparative work or for any, disease repair. So anyway, it's a new concept that people have to get used to, that coming to an independent dental hygienist will help you prevent problems down the road, keep your teeth and keep your health. I would probably do it all over again, because I'd like to prove a point that I can. Yeah, and that's sort of something I take with PARO. If you want to do something, go to PARO, because it'll make you'll be able to do it. You can do it with PARO. I know that, because I couldn't have done it. I had no idea. So anytime I talked to someone, they'd offer suggestions. They wouldn't just answer questions. They said, you may need this, you may need to read this, you may need to know about this. I've learned more about promotions from PARO. And recently now I've been going online and doing professional development or continuing education, and I can do it online in my house, which is terrific. I don't even have to go anywhere. So that's really important, because they have a lot of good seminars that I thought, oh, if I was there, I could take that. And oh, if I was in Thunder Bay that day, I'd take that. But now I can do it long distance, so I'm really happy with that.
PARO women are enterprising women. They not only build a business, but also contribute to the leadership of their family and community in very significant ways. Together, through the Enterprising Women Awards and this video, we celebrate their many accomplishments and their contributions to the communities and to the economy of the North.
Think about business. Because I do believe that self-employment and entrepreneurship is the way of the future. We're so ingrained in thinking about the systems that exist and maintaining what we do, but to think beyond that.
I feel proud to be part of an organization of women. And when I realized one day that I was a businesswoman, I almost cried, because I just the sense of pride with that, to see that you accomplish something. And being a businesswoman means you're working for yourself and nothing. I always feel it's easy to go to work, do your job, get paid, come home, but working for yourself involves a great deal more, and I did it.
An award from PARO means everything to me, because this is my peers. These are the people that believed in me and my business long before I did. They saw the vision before I did. They saw this stuff and this level of success before I did. And now I get to stand there and prove them right. And that's amazing.
The award is really meaningful. I think that it brings awareness to, one of the things I hope it does is bring awareness to other women who are thinking of starting a business, and they're just not sure about things that they can have access to, resources, ideas, connections, and that this might encourage them to go and seek PARO out and find out what's available for them, what they can do, and get that process rolling.
So I think there's nothing better than being able to be nominated for awards, just to give you the confidence, and it's very, very, I'm very proud to have been thought of in that light and under the umbrella of PARO. And I just think it really gives you the opportunity to showcase your business and what you can do, and you as a person. And I think it brings you into a different light, and also it really helps with your reputation within the community. So I think awards are one of the best ways to be able to recognize people's achievements. And I'm very thankful to have been nominated.
Truly rewarding, because you forget that it kind of becomes bigger than yourself. It becomes bigger than the few people that you have involved around you, because there's this entire community out there who look forward to these publications every time they come out, and you know, flip through the pictures and you see the beauty that we're trying to share. So yeah, it's pretty, I always feel really good after going to an event like that, and the flattery, I mean, it's not flattery, it's not all about me, because there's obviously a lot of other people involved, and I don't write all the stories and I don't take all the photos or any of the photos, but when you can see that so many other people are excited about what you're doing, it really, you know, makes you feel reassured that you're doing the right thing.
Being an enterprising woman is a way of life. Whether you need resources or support to take on new challenges each day, whether you have an idea for a business, want to start a new project, are a voice in your community, or you want to make a difference, the PARO team and enterprisingwomen.ca are here to help you dream, share, and succeed.